All right, so today we're going to look at the Star Spangled Banner, just a little quick section on the national anthem and what I think you need to know. So, a couple of key things. The key person here is Francis Scott Key. He is the author of the poem. Now, as I mentioned in the previous video, The War of 1812, the poem gets added to a song that already existed later on, and that's where we get the national anthem from. Again, key event here is the War of 1812 and the Battle of Fort McHenry. So, um, you probably know the Star Spangled Banner from like going to football games or baseball games or I don't know, watching sports on TV. Just a little background of the author here, Francis Scott Key. He was a lawyer and eventually became a U.S. attorney in D.C., which is why he is close to the action when the British burned down the White House in D.C., the War of 1812. He moves to Baltimore, Maryland, and the war follows him there. So his friend, Dr. Beans, which is a great name, was taken prisoner on a ship. Francis Scott Key tries to get him off of the ship to negotiate. And while he's on the ship, the British bombardment starts. And so he is on the ship, basically not as prisoner, but like the British are like, you're not going to be able to go back to land because we're bombing it. Um, and so he's watching the whole bombardment of Fort McHenry in Maryland from this British ship. And so that's where some of the lyrics come from is like when he's watching it, there's bombs bursting in air and the flag was still there. And that's why he's writing this poem. So, um, yeah, as you can see here, the song is the Anacreon in Heaven, which is a popular English drinking song. Was a fun fact there. Woodrow Wilson was the first president to declare it to be played at all official events, and it became our national anthem officially on March 3rd, 1931. Um, this is the original manuscript of this. So again, he was kind of like scrawling this on a piece of paper while he's watching the whole thing happen. And this is going to lead into the primary source that we look at in class. So be sure you're using good annotation techniques when you go through the document so that you can understand it best. And hopefully, when we look at it and you think about what this poem might have meant for the time period and what this poem means today. So that is the only thing I'm going to really